In addition to being a much stronger sword, the level 2 sword has this unique ability of being able to shoot a replica sword out in the direction that Link is aiming, basically like a beam blade attack. This same attack could be seen in all three of the Zelda titles that predated Link's Awakening, and Link can only use this when he has full health, when he has all his heart containers are full. So it's pretty sweet. Perhaps not as cool as the Link to the Past version, but still pretty damn awesome. We want to swim underneath the bridge here, and if you remember the owl statue we saw earlier, it told us there's a secret underneath the bridge. Oh, what is that you have in your hand? It's not a fishing hook, is it? You had better let me have it. I'll give you my next catch if you let me have it. Keep your eyes open and watch a pro at work. My, that's a big one. That's what she said. That fishing hook became a necklace. Lucky. And this is the next item in the trading sequence. So once we get the necklace, we want to swim up 2 screens and 1 screen to the left, where we will find a mermaid. Ah, that's it. That's my necklace. Give it back. I will give you a scale, as I said. If you talked to her earlier, she mentioned that she will give you a scale if you get the necklace. And you returned the necklace and you got a scale. And then the mermaid will go swimming along now that she got her necklace back. We can actually enter Catfish's Maw right now, but if we return to the fisherman where we just got the necklace, we see one of our old friends swimming around in the water. So talk to the fisherman, and I have a feeling that I'll catch a big fish again. Keep your eyes open and watch a pro at work. But the photographer is in the water, and when the fisherman pulls the photographer up, the photographer takes a picture. And it's kind of weird since I guess the camera works underneath the water. But it's one thing that's strange about this. Link holds up his sword as if he's, getting ready for the picture. But then when it shows the picture, Link isn't holding up a sword. It just shows the fisherman going overboard. Anywho, we only have 2 more pictures left in the rest of the game. One of them will be getting shortly, and the other one's not till the later portion of the game. Anywho, we want to travel to the screen here, and on the left side you'll notice there's a little passage through the rocks. We want to go over there and dive underneath with the flippers, and then we need to swim through this little side scene. One thing that's worth noting, you can use your sword while you're swimming. You can actually use several of your items. Here we are at level 5, Catfish's Maw. In my opinion, it's not too difficult of a dungeon. There aren't too many new enemies, and there's actually 3 bosses, though, 2 mini-bosses, and one of the mini-bosses, I like what they did with it, because you fight the mini-boss multiple times. And it's also got a cool dungeon item, which we will be getting in the dungeon. So defeat all the enemies and head through the door on the left. There's 2 iron masks here. So defeat the 2 iron masks, and then you can open the treasure chest to get the compass. We get the compass pretty early in this dungeon compared to most dungeons. But of course, this nonsense, sentence after sentence. Like, you would think after the first time you got the compass, like the second, third, fourth time, it wouldn't need to show the full description. It's one of the things that really makes me angry about this game. In this room there's 4 Stalfos, so we want to defeat them all. If you like, you actually don't even need to. You want to break these little crystals and then push these blocks so they form a little square where all the blocks are next to each other. And this will cause a small key to appear. So pick it up and then head down the stairs. Don't mind the passage on the left. That room is empty for now. We will be returning there later on in the dungeon. Back in this room, we have to kill the 2 iron masks in order to open the door. So do just that, and then head through the door on the right. Since we just got the small key, we can use it on the locked door at the north part of the room. So do that, and then head through. You can kill the enemies if you'd like. You really don't need to. There's 2 different types of Stalfos here, and another iron mask. You don't really need to kill them, but if you'd like, go ahead, and then head left the screen. Multiple blade traps here. You want to trigger the blade traps by walking in between them, and then once they collapse, you can just back up. So, or you can just use Rock's Feather and jump right on over. There's 2 iron masks in this room, plus a spark. Defeat the 2 iron masks and a treasure chest will appear on the right side of the screen. Open it up to get the dungeon stone beak. We want to backtrack 2 screens now to get back to the room where we fought the 2 Stalfos. And from here we want to head up a screen where we will find 3 more Stalfos as well as an owl statue. Read the owl statue and it says, if you can't destroy a skeleton with your sword, try using a bomb. This is a hint in this screen here because we face off with one of the mini bosses, the Master Stalfos. It's a giant Stalfos skeleton enemy, and what you want to do is hit it on the right side and then just place a bomb, and then you can just keep hitting it repeatedly. Arrgh, I can't beat you, I'm out of here. And we will be fighting this Master Stalfos several times throughout this dungeon. On this screen here, you can open the treasure chest and I've got what was inside this box. Come and get it if you can, Master Stalfos. So this is one of the, what I was saying, it's an interesting mini boss in the sense that you fight it several times and each time it gets progressively stronger. Well, it's supposed to get progressively stronger. Anyway, we want to just go to the left of the screen and then back, up a screen and then back. So we step on the switch and then we can head right, and here is the Master Stalfos yet again. Gulp, you found me! You're a real pesky kid, you know that? So just keep doing the same strategy. Place a bomb. Once it's knocked down, once the bomb explodes, basically the Stalfos is defeated. So then it'll warp to another part of the dungeon. We want to head up here, and there's a couple shrouded Stalfos as well as this star looking enemy. Just defeat it and head north of the screen where we'll find another Stalfos and a star. On this screen the door at the top is locked and you have to defeat 3 green Zol, one of which is on the left side of the room. You can lift that barrel if you needed to in order to reach it, but defeat it and here we have the Master Stalfos yet again. Gulp, you found me! You're a real pesky kid, you know that? He basically says the same thing every time he reappears and every time he's defeated. So use the same strategy. This time it takes 2 bombs to defeat him. And arrgh, I can't beat you, I am out of here. And he runs off yet again. There are 3 regular Stalfos here. 1 of the green variation and 2 of the orange variation. You can defeat them all and then the door will open. Open the treasure chest to get the dungeon map. You can jump up and get the recovery heart if you'd like, but we now want to do quite a bit of backtracking. One idea is you can actually use Mambo here to backtrack to the beginning of the dungeon, since that's pretty much where we need to go. So it's one of the areas where Mamba comes into use in terms of the dungeon. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just backtrack a couple screens here to backtrack to where we first fought the Master Stalfos right in this room. And from here we want to head down several screens to get back to that one of the first screens in the room where we first had to use the small key. So just continue down 1 more screen. And now we want to we have to defeat all the enemies in order to open the door, and we want to head back to where we got the first small key after where we got the compass. It's in the room to the left. And just defeat the 2 iron masks and head down the steps. We've already been here, but now that we've fought in the Master Stalfos 3 different times, the 4th time he appears in this room just to the left. So defeat the Stalfos and then head through the door, and you will face off with the Master Stalfos for the 4th time. The battle is completely identical to how it was previously, so just knock the Stalfos down, place a bomb, and just rinse, wash, and repeat the same strategy over and over and over. This time though, Stalfos will be completely defeated and Link will get the dungeon item, which is the hookshot. So this one he's a little stronger, it takes 3 bombs to defeat, but once he's dead, he will leave behind the hookshot, so pick it up. The hookshot basically, it acts just like the hookshot from A Link to the Past. It can be used as a weapon to kill enemies, but it can also be used to grab onto things across gaps. That's going to do it for this section. Join me for the last part of Chapter 5, where we will finish Catfish's Maw.